Hello and welcome to everybody. For today, we'll do our yoga class, but add a little bit of Pilates in there. So we'll come to lie down first whenever you are ready. If you do like working in your yoga practice with blocks, then it's nice to grab them and have them handy, but you don't need anything specifically today. So we'll come to lie down here and we'll just find a little bit of that lower back lifting and the pelvic moving forwards, and then the lower back gluing into the mat and the pelvis lifting upwards. And so just start to rock. It's quite nice to do with the hands onto the belly, just so you are basically massaging your lower back into the sacrum. And it's a nice little way to start to strengthen the deeper core. Just one or two more times, a little bit of rocking, a little bit of movement. And then we'll slowly begin to tent the knees together and walk the feet to the width of the mat. Keep the hands onto the belly and then close your eyes down. So for today's practice, a fair bit of strength work, and that's really where we draw the Pilates into the yoga practice, into the flow and into the breath with movement connection. So before we begin to lengthen the breath, maybe just a few big, really deep, releasing type of sighs. You might open your mouth wide as you sigh it out loudly, or just a few really big breaths, just whatever you feel is helpful to let go and to soften. Begin to soften more and more, just have a think about those places where habitually we might get a bit tense, like the shoulders and your jaw, your eyebrows. See if you can gently, just through awareness, become lighter there, more relaxed in those areas. The face is often quite easily achieved by just bringing a gentle smile into the corners of your mouth and the corners of the eyes, and how that can kind of soften all those little micro muscles, those muscles that get so tense when we concentrate and work, listen, do think. So just letting it all kind of smoothen out. Breath, really see if that can go all the way into the stomach. So with your hands on your stomach, every breath that we take in, feel that rising through the abdominal wall, that lift, that expansion. And every exhale, feel the descent, feel it falling, feel it softening. I will give you here 4 more breaths of stillness. Gently begin to walk the feet hip width apart. Interlace the fingers right behind your head as we'll start with some simple ab curls. So slowly here, coming off the floor, lifting as high as you can, and then down again. All the way up and all the way down. See if you can create some lightness on the back of the shoulders and the upper back. So coming as high as you possibly can. And either continue here with those ab curls, such a beautiful and safe way to start to strengthen the abdomen. But if you feel like you have just a little bit more spice and no back issues, then maybe you come up just reaching over your knees. So that means the middle and the lower back might lift as well. Coming down, not all the way, and then up again. So we stay a little bit more into contraction now as we come up and down. Use the breath and don't be in a rush. So let's just take 6 more. Nice and slowly. Try and relax and Still through the jaw and through the shoulders, especially when we're starting to use muscles. Let's focus on the muscles that we actually have to use. Good, last two. And then we get to lie down again. Last one. Slowly come to lie down, setting the soles of the feet nice and close into the glutes here for a yoga bridge. So arms right beside you. And let's lift up and open up the hips and the abdomen. See how high you can lift, and then draw those ribs back in. Squeeze and activate the glutes in addition to the thighs. One more inhale, can you lift a little higher? And then exhale, we slowly come all the way down. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. And then we lift the right leg all the way up to the ceiling. And then slowly see if you can press into the left heel and the left ball of the foot as we come up again to a bridge pose, but one-legged bridge. One big breath in right at the top. And then exhale, coming down nice and slowly. When that is down onto the mat, reach your hands and walk yourself up towards the calf. And then straighten the left leg forward to hover off the floor so we're not touching it. See if you can squeeze and hollow the lower back into the floor. Stay up high as we switch the legs. And switch. So we're stretching onto the back of the legs. We're hugging the belly down, the ribs and the hips squeeze together. But we're still trying to be off the upper back and off the shoulders. Last 2 rounds. And then the right leg stays up, the left leg reaches forward, still hovering. Reach the arms forward now, squeeze and hold, super straight legs for 3, for 2, and 1. Feet back down, arms right beside you, take an inhale. Exhale, reset. Left leg reaches up to the ceiling. Nice and straight leg, or as straight as you can get it. And then pressing to the right heel, right ball of the foot as we lift up, bridge, single leg, bridge. Reach and stretch, one big breath in at your top. And then exhale, coming all the way down again. Last time to walk ourselves nice and up the calf. Right leg reaches and stretches forward. You might just hold on for the leg a little longer just so you can lift a little higher. And then there you go, switch those legs. Can you squeeze that lower back into the mat? And then let's not forget about the breath, please. Squeeze the belly down. Last 3, 2, 1. Left leg up, reach a little higher, squeeze it a little tighter, reach the arms forward, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming to lie back down again, back into that sweetness. Enjoy this for a moment. We have one more little sequence. So again, the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Push that knee a little bit away, so we're encouraging a hip opening here. Arms right beside you, and then lifting up back to your bridge pose, single leg with a figure 4. So we're opening to the hip, we're trying to lift the hips equally. One big breath in the top, and then exhale, ripple down, articulate the spine. Keep your figure 4, that means right ankle on top of left thigh. Interlace the fingers behind you, and then twisting up and over to the right side, so to the knee. Try not to bring the knee towards you, so push it away from you. And that means it will probably or most likely not touch the knee, unless you're quite inflexible through the hips, which is totally fine as well. See if you can really reach and push the knee away from you. Try and lift as high as you can. Last 6, so we've done about 10 in total. And 5, lift and twist. And 4. Warming up the obliques. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Reset, right foot down. And coming back onto your back. Left ankle on top of the right thigh. Push that knee away, gentle hip opening. And then when you're ready, arms beside you, come back, bridge with your figure four. Inhale at the top, highest point. Let the knee fall heavy and exhale, coming down. Last time to interlace the fingers right behind you. Inhale, stay, and crunch. So again, push that knee away from you so we continue to stick in that hip opening. And then twist and lift. Lift the right shoulder significantly higher than the left shoulder. But really come up and then twist rather than rolling into the left side. Last 6. Make sure we're breathing. Only 4 more. Push that knee away. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Beautiful. To finish this whole little sequence, we walk the feet closer and lift the heels. So feet are still hip width apart, but you walk them closer to the glutes. Lift your heels, arms beside you, come up to your biggest bridge yet because you're on your toes. Bring those ribs in, maybe the arms reach up, 10 little pulses at the top, squeeze those glutes. And 9. And 8, feel free to keep the arms down if that feels nicer. Last 5, lift the heels. 4, squeeze the glutes. 3, last 2, last 1. Inhale, come up as high as you can and exhale, roll down as slowly as possible. Take a moment again to tent the knees, so knees together, feet wide. Just let your spine and all those muscles melt. Maybe another sigh, or maybe that bringing back to a breath that is rhythmic and that works for you, such as your yoga ujjayi breath or just simple in and out through the nose. Begin to hug the knees into your chest, little circles, little sways, massage out the lower back, middle back, and even the sacrum if you push the knees further away from you. And then grabbing underneath your knees and gently rock up and down. Any back issues, just rock to your side, please. Up and down, energize yourself, massage the full length of the spine. 1 more and then we'll come up into a bridge pose. If you need to, you bring your feet down, otherwise they're floating. Pull your heart forward, and then when and if you're ready, reach those arms forward. You have a straight spine. Hold for 3. Heart forward, lengthen, lift for 2. And 1, cross your legs and pop yourself up and over into a downward facing dog. Let's just walk this out nice and slowly. So just see what feels good, see what you need here. You can be absolutely still, but it's really quite nice to walk it out as well, so just see. We'll take 3 more breaths here, and again, you are either in the still dog or you're just paddling out those heels still. See if you can begin to look through the feet back behind you. Lift those shoulders and knit the ribs in to lengthen through the spine. Lift the sit bones as high as you can up to the sky. 1 more round of breath here. And then we shift forward to a high plank, very typical for both yoga and Pilates. Can you keep that chest and those collarbones shining forward? Draw in through the belly, almost round and dome into the upper back. Take 1 more inhale here, and then bring your knees down, shifting the weight forward. Take another round of breath. We'll take 3 chaturangas here. So come down just halfway, elbows squeeze in, and then press back. Inhale. Exhale, halfway, chin away from the chest, elbows and ribs touch. Inhale, press up. Last one, we hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Come all the way down for a baby cobra. Let's wash this out. Gentle back opening, elbows squeeze into the waistline, and then come back to downward facing dog. Lift those sit bones high, stretch it all out. Let's take our little moonwalk all the way towards the top of the mat so we can get ourselves set up for our sun salutations. Take a moment to hang upside down, bend your knees and shake your head. Yes, no, take some tension and heaviness away. And then when you're ready, we curl up to stand on your in or out breath, really. In breath we do with yoga, out breath we do with Pilates. Good, come to stand nice and tall, mountain pose. Let's flow. Inhale, arms reach up, breath in. Exhale, empty as you forward fold. Forehead to the knees, all the way, bend the knees. Take a halfway lift. Inhale, press the hands maybe to the shins to lengthen the spine. And then step all the way back into a high plank. Take an inhale, knees can come down like we did before, or exhale, slowly lower down like a plank of wood. Into your baby cobra, shoulders down and back. No pressure in the hands, look forward on the floor. And then downward facing dog as we return. One breath in, one breath out. Inhale, then look forward. Step your right foot forward, and then the left one to follow. Take a halfway lift once you're there, breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, big arms, rise, stretch, grow tall, energize. And exhale, fold and soften, empty. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen again the breath and the spine. Step it back, high plank. Grip those fingers into the floor. High plank, knees down or shift yourself forward, lower down slowly. To your baby cobra. This might by now become an up dog, thighs, knees lift off the floor, and then downward facing dog to come back again. One breath in. One breath out. Looking forward and stepping the left foot forward and then the right. Inhale once you're there, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, energize, bloom, lift. Exhale to soften and let go. Maybe just a breath, maybe a whole lot more. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen, energize, and step back, high plank. Inhale, shift forward or knees down, and exhale, lower down again. Inhale, back bend of choice, big or small, downward facing dog, coming back. One breath in, one breath out. Inhale, look forward, maybe a little step, maybe a little hop to the top of the mat. On arrival, big breath in, one movement dancing into the next. Exhale, fold. Walk your feet hip width apart, so there's room for about 2 fists in between the big toes. Grab your big toes on the inside, so that means my fingertips will face towards each other. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, find length. And then exhale, start to pull and look behind your legs backwards. My head is super heavy here. Lift the shoulders. Maybe there's a deep bend. Maybe you're working on straightening, but no pain into the lower back. So just gently. We're so early on in the practice, so maybe even breathe your way through halfway lifts. And exhale, folds. One more round of breath. Again, that isometric hold, or maybe really move with the breath. And then we let go of those toes. Walk the hands right beside our feet. Bend through the knees. And inhale, lift the arms up. We are in a squat / chair pose. Good, reach those arms long beside you. Can you switch on those glutes here as we're sitting as low as we can with a long spine? So tuck the tailbone a little bit. There we go. We'll pulse for 10, nice and low. 9, shift the weight back. 8, all that weight into the heels. And if you need to bring the hands forward because that makes it just more accessible for you, do that. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Stay nice and low. Maybe bring those hands forward. Can we lift one heel and then that one down and then the other one? So we stay low into the squat as we lift a heel and the other heel. Last 6, 5, 4. Squeeze those glutes for 3, for 2, and 1. Now as you stay low, bring those hands in prayer. Walk the feet together to touch, big toes in particular. Inhale here. Reach the 2 arms away from each other. Last little bit of work. Sweep and swoop. Good. Tuck the tailbone. Hug the belly in. Last 6. Squeeze the glutes more. 5. Maybe sit a little lower. 4. And 3. Last 2, legs should be burning. Last little 1. Inhale, rise and stand. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Same thing, wash it out. Step back, high plank. Shimmy forward or knees down, and then lower down, chaturanga. Into the back bend. Big or small, elbows in, long neck. Downward facing dog. Come back. Let's take 2 breaths here. Because I know that was a lot. See if you can find a little bit more length. Get those sit bones up. Ribs in. Wrap the triceps together. 1 more round of breath here. Walk the feet a little closer to each other. Lift the right leg up. Inhale. Take a tiger curl. Knee to nose. Round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round and curl. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round and curl and step it forward. Quad out. Good. Slowly, when you're ready, rise up. Crescent lunge. Very big common shape for both yoga and Pilates. Find some length here onto the lower back. So really see if you can lift through the lower abs, tuck the tailbone, and for most of us it means bending at the back knee a little. When you find yourself balanced, begin to pulse. So nice and low, squeeze those glutes just like we did with our squats. 7 more. 6, 5, 4, last 3, and 2, and 1. Interlace the fingers behind your head. Widen those elbows so you have a shoulder opening. And then inhale, straighten the back leg, lengthen forward. You should be 1 straight line. And then exhale, come back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, return. 3 more. Slowly lengthen. And your right glute and leg should start to really fire up. Keep those elbows pushing up and away from you. Keep the spine long. Last round. And then once we've come all the way back here, reach those arms back up. Last 10 here, where we lift and lower the front heel up and down. 9, 8, 7, not long now, and 6. Feel the burn. 5, 4, 3. Lift it as high as you can. Last 2. Last 1. Stay for the breath in. Exhale, hands come down. Right leg swoop back. 3-legged dog. And either bring both feet down for a plank or even knees down, or take a 3-legged dive down. Inhale for your back bend, shoulders down and back. Downward facing dog. 2 breaths here again. Nice opportunity here to really press the right heel down and feel that stretch into the right leg, which you need after that sequence. Level it out into a nice and still dog. 1 more breath. And then bring those feet a little closer to each other. Left leg up, inhale. knee to nose, really shift forward, curl, shoulders over wrist. Inhale up. Only 2 more, so how much further can you go forward? Lift the thigh into the chest, last one. Exhale. And step. Good, find your balance, core engaged, inhale, rise up. High lunge, there we go, lengthen that back, shimmy that forward, just like we did right at the beginning of our practice today. When you feel balanced, grounded, relax the shoulders, begin to pulse. 10. Breathe, squeeze the glutes, 6 more, and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Interlace the fingers. Push the elbows behind you. Inhale, straighten and lengthen. Exhale, back upright. Inhale, straighten and lengthen. It's like you're flying. And back. Can you keep the elbows out of sight? 3 more. Can you relax the left toes more? Last 2. Last one, make it the most beautiful one. Good. Arms come up. Recenter, re-strengthen. 10. Heel rises, left heel. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. Chin up. 4. Ribs in. 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, stay. Exhale, hands down. Left leg up. Inhale. And again, really feel free to come back to plank or the knees down or slowly descend. Into the back bend when you're ready. Big breath in. And again, 3 breath in dog. And just feel free to welcome yourself to a child's pose, right? If that's what you need right now. Head is heavy. Maybe a big sigh. Feet come a little closer together, right leg to lift, inhale. Good, right knee, left elbow, cross touch. 2 more, inhale, lift. And again, left elbow. 1 more, lift. Cross touch and step. The back foot goes flat, 45-degree angle, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment, big step. Inhale, arms swoop up, and exhale, we open up, warrior 2, there we go. Good, not long holds, that's the good part for today. So once you find your warrior 2 and your knee lines over your second and third toe, then we inhale, straighten arms up, really go low then, exhale. Again, up, breath in, go low, it's short. Good, inhale up, 1, exhale, more to lower. And then inhale, bring the hands together, face towards that left side, heel in, heels in, toes out. This is our yoga horse stance, or a second position for Pilates. And just like we did with our lunge, let's begin to pulse and pulse and pulse. Push those knees wide. See if you can get light into the big toes, maybe even lift them a little. Push into the baby toes. Hands might come together, but have your head, your shoulders, and your tailbone, your glutes in one line. If you're feeling like falling backwards, bring the hands forward. That's the kind of intention you want to have. Last 3 pulses. Last 2. Hold low. Lift the right heel. 10 more pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Knees wide. 5, 4. Should fire up. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, straight, and swim to the front of the mat. Inhale, high plank, and again, maybe a 3-legged vinyasa, maybe a normal high to low plank, maybe knees down, descent. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog, 2 breaths. hope it's warm by now as well, wherever you are. I'm glad I didn't put the heater on, that's for sure. Feet come closer together, left leg up, inhale. And then to the right elbow, cross. All the way to touch. 2 more, inhale up. Exhale, cross. 1 more, up, inhale. Left knee, right elbow, touch and step. Back foot flat. Feel free to realign your feet. It doesn't always go exactly where we want it to go. Back toes more forward facing than backward facing. Inhale, rise. And exhale, open up. Find your knee to track forward. Sit deep. Let's go. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, lower. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Go low. Exhale. Lower than you normally would because you're scared of holding it. Last round. Breathe in. Go low. Breathe out. Hands together. Open to your right side. Heels in, toes out. And begin to pulse. Pulse. Hands wherever you want. Knees wide. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay low. Left heel lift. Last 10 pulses. Tuck the tailbone more. Notice how much more you feel, right? Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Swim up. Inhale. Bring your hands to the front. High plank, 3-legged plank. Maybe your modification, knees down as we exhale, lower down. Inhale, shoulders back. And exhale, slowly back. 3 breaths in your downward facing dog or meeting point. Now, if you don't feel like resting, then we'll take 10 little push-ups here with your arms wide. So elbows come wide, hips stay high. Otherwise, you're resting. Good. Otherwise, we have our last 5 already. Keep the hips up. Come back to your still down dog from wherever you are, whether that was your child's pose, your down dog, or your push-ups. And then very slowly from there on out, inhale, look forward, a little step or a hop to the top. A halfway lift, inhale. And exhale, fold. And then slowly from there on out, tense the fingers, that means fingertips press down. Lift the right leg a little off the floor. Flex the toes and begin to open and lift through the hip. And so trying to stack the right hip on top of the left hip. Maybe then the right hand can go to the hip. We are in half moon now. Maybe the hand reaches up. Now really flex those right toes. Begin to pulse and lift here. 10, 9, even higher. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Square off the hips, 2 hands down. And then we bend 2 knees together in a tiny little bowl crunch. Standing leg bends, and then the standing leg straightens as you lift the right leg up. And bend. 8 more. Lift and bend. 7. You know you can use blocks, otherwise be light into the fingertips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both feet to the edges of the mat, heels in, toes out. We come to a yogi squat or malasana. Elbows on the inside of the knees. Nice and straight spine, please. Once you push the knees out wide, we'll take our, as we call them, our bum drops in Pilates, which means you keep your spine straight, your elbows on the inside of the knees. You just lift and lower your bottom just a little bit. 10, 9. With ease, you should be looking forward. 8, 7. This should start to hurt now. Last 5. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands back to downward facing dog. Maybe around the flow to wash it out. Maybe you stay. Maybe you're back in child's pose. Maybe you stay in dog. Maybe we take some tricep push-ups in your dog. So hands go and stay shoulder width. And then get the elbows to kind of come halfway down and press up. No wider than your feet and your hands. Good, keep lifting through the sit bones. Squeeze those elbows in as much as you can. 2 more, wherever you are. And then come back to downward facing dog from wherever you've been. Big breath in. Big breath out, bend through the knees, step or jump to the top. Halfway lift always, inhale. Exhale to fold. Tend your fingers to the floor. Lift the left leg. Flex the toes. Open, open, open. Left hip on top of the right hip. We are in half moon. Left hand on the hip. Or up to the sky, left shoulder on top of right shoulder. Now can you pulse, flex, and lift. 7 more. 6, squeeze that glute. 5, 4, lift higher. 3, 2, 1. 2 hands down, square off the hips, light onto the fingertips or on the block. Bend 2 knees, and lift. 9. Really move the standing leg, so bend and straighten it. That's your right leg, please. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back into your malasana. A little bit more to the back of the mat this time around. Heels in, toes out. Elbows on the inside of the knees. Push the knees wide. Big breath in. Big breath out. Nearly coming to the end here. So there we go. See if you can kind of tumble yourself forward. Bring the hands down for a little push-up. And then back. And 9. Good. Really push yourself back off the floor. 8. 7. Prepping almost for crow pose. 6. If you'd like to take your crow pose, now is a good time. Otherwise, continue your push-ups. 5. And 4. Lift your bottom up. And 3. Relax. 2. Last 1. Come back. Downward facing dog. Maybe around the flow. Maybe a child's pose. Maybe just your downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Shoot forward to your high plank. Feel free to come to the knees. We lower down slowly. And then we take the arms nicely beside you for a classic yoga airplane. So in your next breath in, lift the upper body. Lift the arms, lift the legs, fly and hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Let yourself look to one side. Maybe windscreen wipe the legs if that feels good. Big breath in, big breath out. 1 more. Again, feel free to reach the arms beside you. Or find your bind, interlace the fingers all the way behind you. Upper body lifts, inhale. Hands off your bottom. 2 legs lift, hold for 3. Good, lift higher for 2. Take 1 more inhale, lift, lift, lift for 1. And slowly come down. Look to the other side. Rest. Maybe windscreen wipe the legs. Big breath in. Big breath out. Keep looking to your right side as you just gently come to lie onto your right side. You can let your arm rest on the hand, or you can just simply bring your head in your hand. Bend both knees, heels together, toes out. Very classic Pilates or clam. So we open and close. Now my heels are up into the air. My toes are not touching. My heels are touching. And every time I close the knees, it goes precisely on top of each other. Open and close. Getting to work back into the glutes. Zip and lift through the lower abdomen as we lift and lower, lift and lower. Don't move your hips back and forth. So if you feel like your body is moving, you've gone too far, make it smaller. You can only lift as high without moving the hips. Left hand on the hip is a good way to track that. Last 10. 9. 8. 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, last 2, come up and hold little pulses, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold, extend the leg away from you. So it's a straight leg. I can see my big toe. I can touch my big toe. Not everyone would be able to touch their big toe, but that's okay. Big toe down to the floor, heel up to the ceiling. Our last 10. Your big toe touches down, your heel lifts up. And 9. Glute activation. Last 7. This should hurt. Lift and lower high off your mat, forward in front of you. 6. 5. Big toe down, heel up. Last 4. 3. 2 and 1. Come to lie onto your back into a figure 4. Left ankle on top of the right thigh. Stay. Or interlace the fingers and grab behind the hamstring or around the shin. Let's take this moment to rest. Sweet, sweet rest. Pull the right knee and push the left knee away and feel how hard you've worked in that glute. Then close your eyes. Let's begin to calm down and slow down. Notice if your right knee tracks off to the left side. Pop it back upright. Shoulders relax down. See now if you can towards the end here. Push the sacrum. So that's that bony bottom bit towards the glutes. You can push up back into the mat. 2 more breaths. Now once we're there, on right there, slowly here, come back with the feet to the floor, feet hip width apart. Good, back to those ab curls. We started today with them. Maybe you're still right away feeling warm enough to take those ab curls, lifting up and down. Reach and lift. Again, if it's hurting your back or you feel this in your back, then I really want you to come back to the previous option. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. And the next one, we bring in obliques and 1. So stay where you are, whether that's here and you go side to side, or whether it's here and we go side to side. 9, 8, 7, 6. Squeeze the ribs and hips together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way up. Come to lie onto your left side, everyone. So when you're ready, lie down. Let your head be supported, flat, or in your hands. Bend your knees, lift your heels off the floor, toes out wide. Let's go and open and close for climb. Zip up those lower abs. Flex your toes. Maybe right hand on the hip. Avoid rocking, avoid movement. Breathe. Now, the more I flex, the more quickly I'm starting to feel that glute burn. Activate. Just breathe. We're coming coming towards the end, so it's all going to be downhill after this little bit. 10 more, okay? 9, 8, 7, 6, knees still coming together precisely, so always keep checking alignment, please. 3 more and then we stay up high. 2, 1, little pulses, flex and pulse. 4, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that top leg forward. Flex your toes, big toe to the floor, heel up to the ceiling, 10 up and down, just the big toe touching down, heel up. And 9, 8, so kind of in line with your hip. 7, even higher, 6, 5 to go higher, and 5, breathe through the pain. 4, 3, nearly there, don't stop now, last 2, and 1. Now bring it up, lie down, figure 4, right ankle, top of left thigh. Push or interlace and grab the left hamstring or shin. So making sure the lower back does not lift up, grab the hamstring, same as your head. If you're lifting and grabbing, grab the hamstring or stay with your push. Instead, I want the head to be down and the sacrum to be down. Lower back here. Push that right knee a little away from you. Realign the left leg that it doesn't fly off to the right side. Close your eyes then. Sigh maybe some of that tension away. Keep realigning where you feel like you're tumbling or where we lose that line of softness and gap pursuing flexibility. Three more breaths. Feel free to sigh. Good. And then the very last time to bring your feet hip width apart down. We'll finish with a yoga bridge again, so the heels come nice and close towards you. Good. Just to have those two glutes to work together again right at the end, so they partner it up and they know what to do for the rest of time. Arms right beside you. Let's lift up. Bridge pose. You might lift your heels. You might stay with the classic variation. Ribs in. Hold for 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Either tend the knees together again, or this time around Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees to widen. Come back wherever you are with those two hands onto your belly. Close the eyes. And a gentle but real smile into the corners of the mouth for all the efforts you made, for all the strength you delivered, for showing up simply, really, and coming to your mat, moving your body. Making sure that the breath still reaches the whole belly, rising and falling. Bring the knees together, hug the right knee in, extend the left leg forward, squeeze, and fold into a spine twist. Right knee to the left side, stack the hips, middle of the mat. Right arm even widens for cactuses. And breathe. Big into that waistline, into the lower back. Changing sides, right leg forward. Maybe keep the eyes closed now. Left knee in, good squeeze. Back it off, left knee to the right side. Stay with the hips at the middle of the mat, don't roll off. Left arm extends, maybe right one too. Big, deep, long breath. Extends both legs forward. Let the feet naturally turn out. Take the shoulders to shimmy down and the shoulder scapula to nestle together. You have made it. Our final shape, Savasana. Wiggle your face. Lick your lips. One big sigh. 2 minutes together, and after that, I'll leave you to stay longer. Find your anchor, something to meditate to, anything to keep you present. Your breath, mantra, or sound. Anytime the mind wanders off from that, return back. Find your anchor back to listen to observe towards. Always be still and stay in this most important part of your practice. Stay